Okay guys, so today I'm actually going to be showing you three very awesome controls that you can use in your everyday card tricks. So basically I'm going to show you three controls. One is going to be a beginner, and then we're going to have an intermediate, and then an advanced control. Alright, so here's the performance for the beginner card control. So basically the spectator could go ahead and select any card they want to. Let's say they select the 5 of hearts over here, just like this. We are going to go ahead and take the 5 of hearts over here, and we're actually going to take the card and lose it somewhere in the center of the pack, just like this. The spectator could go ahead and push it all the way in, and if I snap my fingers, you'll actually see the card jumps all the way to the top of the pack. So that is the performance for the beginner card control, and now for the tutorial. Okay guys, so before I start the tutorial for the controls, I do want to point out something here. I actually recently purchased a brand new card mat for my YouTube videos, so I will definitely leave a link in the description box for where to get one of these online. I definitely recommend picking one up. These are super high quality, super nice card mats. So now here's the tutorial for the beginner card control that you just saw. So basically all this control is, it's just a double lift, but it does look very convincing to the spectator that you're taking the card, turning it over, putting it in the center of the deck, but the card is actually on top. So basically this is how you can do it in a real performance. So you have the deck completely shuffled up by yourself or the spectator, and basically you have a card selected. So let's say the card is the 4 of diamonds. Now you're gonna hand this card over to the spectator. They can look at it, examine it, and they're gonna like memorize the card in their head and stuff like that. So as they're doing that, you can turn away so that you don't want to look at the card or something like that. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna take the top card here. It doesn't matter what the top card is, but you're just gonna take the top card and secretly turn it over just like this. And then you're gonna hold your wrist so that you're exposing only the bottom portion of the deck to the spectator. You don't want to show them that the top card is face up. You only want them to see the bottom portion or the back of your hand, just like this. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take the card, you're going to turn it over, and you're going to use your hand here with your palm down just like this. You're actually going to scoop up the card just like this, and then you're going to pick it up and put it on top of the deck as you turn over your hand. Looks like you've just taken the card, picked it up, and put it on top of the deck just like this, right? In reality, there's actually 2 cards here face up, and now what you're gonna do is just a simple double lift. So you're just gonna, bevel the cards a little bit and just hold 2 cards here on the side just like this. I like to riffle up for my double lift, so I go like this. I get 2 cards ready just like this, and I flip the double over. And then I riffle down about half the cards, and I take the top card and I just slide it somewhere in the center of the pack just like this, and I push it slowly in so that the spectator can see that the card is going in. But in reality, it doesn't do anything because of the card is actually on top of the deck. And now you can move into your favorite card routine where the card is controlled on the top. So now is the performance for the intermediate card control. So here's the performance for the intermediate control now. So basically I would have the spectator select any card. Let's say this card, for example, the 10 of clubs. So they could have picked any card. It honestly doesn't matter. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to take the 10 of clubs, and I'm just going to place it somewhere here in the center. I think there should be good. And if I had a spectator, I would go ahead and have them actually push the card all the way in the center, just like that, so you guys can see it really is going in the center. But if I just snap my fingers just like this, you guys can see that the card jumps all the way on top, just like this. So that is the performance for the intermediate card control, and now for the tutorial. So guys, this control is actually a variation off of the Marlowe Tilt. I learned this variation from 52 Cards. I'll leave a link for his channel. This is the tutorial for the intermediate card control. So basically what's happening here is the card is actually not going to get controlled to the top of the deck. It's actually going to get controlled second from the top, just like this. So basically this is how to do it. So you're going to have them select any card, and as they're looking at the card, you're going to do your little setup for this control. So basically what's happening here is you're going to do this move right here where you lift up about half the cards. You're going to just slide your hand forward and then use your thumb here to push this card back as you move the deck back. So all it looks like is you're just kind of going like that. You're actually taking this card here. It doesn't matter what the card is or where it is. It just has to be roughly somewhere in the center of the pack, just like this. But basically you just have to take a random card here as you slide up, and then you use your thumb here to push the card back as you move your hand back. That will make a card stick out from the back, but the spectators won't be able to see. This is all they're gonna see, just nothing. So now, once you've done this, you're actually gonna take the top card, lift it up, and get a little ring finger break here, and also lift up with the base of your thumb here, and that will create a large enough gap for you to do a Marlowe Tilt. And once again, from the spectator's point of view, it really doesn't look like anything. And besides, they're looking at their selection this entire time, so they're not even going to notice that you're doing anything sneaky over here. So basically what's going to happen here is you're going to ask for the selection back, and you're going to pretend to put it somewhere in the center of the pack. All you're doing is you're putting it in this huge gap right here, and this gap is going to make sure that you put the card right there in the second position from the top of the deck. So you're going to take the card and just kind of pretend like you're putting it somewhere in the center, but eventually just kind of take the card, slide it into this huge gap here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to kind of tilt your hand down so that the spectator can see that the card is going in. But now you're going to ask the spectator to hold out their finger, and you're going to lift up your hand just like this, and as you ask them to hold out their finger, you're actually just going to lift up your hand and push the card in the selection. You're going to push the card all the way in to the deck just like this as you ask them to hold out their index finger. They're not going to see this because the cards are completely to their eye level, so they're actually not going to be able to see the card getting pushed in. And now when you bring your hand back down and you turn the deck sideways and put it on the table, they're going to think that this is their selection. So now they're going to push the card all the way into the middle, but that was just a random card. It doesn't matter because their card is actually right here, second from the top now. And so in the performance, I did a double lift saying that the card was on top, but you guys could do whatever you want at this point. You guys could further control the card to the actual top of the deck just by slip cutting that top card in the center, and now the card is really on top of the deck. But that's a really, really convincing control showing that their card is going somewhere in the center of the pack. So guys, now for the performance of the advanced card control. So now here's the performance for the advanced control, the final control of the video. So basically this is what it looks like. So if I had a card selected, let's say it was the Queen of Hearts over here, basically I would have the spectator call out stop anywhere they want to. And I'm going to go ahead and just place the card roughly in the center of the pack just like this. And if I go ahead and snap my fingers, the card is on top, just like that. So that is the advanced card control, and now for the tutorial. Alright guys, so this control is actually a little bit angle sensitive, so you have to be a little bit careful when you do this control. But don't worry guys, it totally works. I've done it many, many times, and it totally fools spectators. So basically, this is what's happening here. So you have to take a double lift ready. So you have to have them select a card. So let's say like they're going to touch a card here. You have to move everything to the top, and you have to do a double lift. Just like this, because you have to have a double ready to do this control. You can't do this control with a single card. You have to have two cards in order to do this control. So you have two cards over here, but basically what's going to be happening is you're going to take the cards here and you're going to hold them on the side, showing the spectator the card just like this. And you have your fingers here on the front and then your thumb on the back just like this. Now what's going to happen is I like to take my body and I just completely turn it to the left, just like this. I completely turn my body to the left, and what I do is I riffle about half the cards down. They can say stop, it doesn't really matter. But what you're going to be doing here is you're going to take the card here, and as you place it in the middle, once it's like all the way in there, you're actually going to use your fingers here to slide the bottom card out just like this, and it's actually going to go into like sort of a Tenkai palm just like this. So basically a Tenkai palm is you're holding it with your thumb and the base of your hand just like this, and then you're taking your hand here, putting it on top of the deck as you square up this card just like that. And you have to do that all in one smooth motion, and then the card is controlled to the top of the pack. So let's try that one more time. So basically what's happening here is you have a double lift here basically. So you show the card here, King of Hearts. You turn your body to the left as you show them the card, and then you riffle down. You're going to take the card, put it in the middle, and when your hand is sort of covering with the spectator's eyes like this, then you use your fingers here to slide the card back, and then you're going to kind of grip it here into Tenkai palm as you put your hand here on top and then square up the cards. So basically guys, just practice this move in a mirror. It's actually pretty easy once you get the hang of it, but you just have to practice your angles and see which angles work for you, because everyone's different in their own way. But basically you take the card here, use your fingers to slide, put it in the palm position, and then put the card on top as you square up the card just like that. And now the card is on top of the deck just like that. So just practice this in front of a mirror and you guys should find the perfect angles just for you. So yeah guys, that was just a very quick tutorial on 3 awesome card controls. These are all very practical, all very useful in your everyday card magic. So go out, try out these controls, and I really hope you guys use them in your everyday card magic. So hopefully you guys like this video, and see you guys next time. Bye.